Crazy talk over here, Dash. Thank you very much for the toss. I am Rivington Bison III here along with Joshua Jat Leesman, and we are ready to get the second day of Week 6 underway here, and we're going to be seeing 100 Thieves go up against Team Liquid, who's having a bit of a resurgence, finding how that team's supposed to work here. It is the second half of the split, and there's not much time to do more of that.
Yeah, it's been quite an up and down year for both of these teams, and even coming into just this last week when we heard the news that Doublelift was going to miss it during illness, everyone kind of started thinking, hey, maybe this is the time for panic for Team Liquid, but they have that very convincing win against TSM yesterday with Tactical being able to kind of plug and play an AD carry. And you do remember that they've won 4 consecutive championships, so now it's become Team Liquid are the favorites again, despite walking into this matchup against another 5-6 team.
Very true. They still have that fan base behind them. They always believed. They assembled the X-Men squad coming in this week as well. Our bands coming in pretty fast here from both teams as the bottom of the map does get hit. We heard the analyst test talking a bit about that as how they would like to see that as the focus. You see those first few bands definitely now at the bot lane. There's a Felios as well.
Yeah, Ornn banned. Yuumi was actually banned in all 4 LCS stage games yesterday. So that is something that showed a lot of success last week, but because as we see just all of the AD carry bans, there's a decent chance that the Yuumi does go through on this one. It'll depend on what 100 Thieves decides to go with here.
I think it was Cody's son that I talked to last week when they played against Golden Guardians, who actually let the Yuumi through, and Golden Guardians got Olaf and Yuumi. So Thieves weren't too keen on banning the Yuumi. It looks like they won't do it this time either. Liquid will pick up Set to start things off, and Impact is going to have that playmaker on the top side of the map.
Yeah, I mean, 4 AD carry bans, Set is a very logical first pick in this situation. Impact has been an absolute monster on this pick when he's played it, even though, sure, he did lose a game with it against EG in Week 5. His last 2 set games, 5-0-7 against Meteos and 5-1-5 against TSM. It's the type of champion Impact can thrive on.
They'll go up against Aatrox, so they'll definitely be duking it out in the top lane. Strong bottom for Cody as he gets a tap on the shoulder there from Ryoma on his right side. Looks like he'll be seeing if he gets that yet. Nope. They may go for the tank in the mid. We do see that from TSM, but it's the Ezreal overall.
So this actually puts Tactical in a bit of a unique situation. Obviously, small sample size of just going off of NA picks in patch 10.4, so yesterday, but all 5 AD carries that have been played on this patch in NA are now off the board. 4 bans and 1 pick, so it puts Tactical on having to play something a little bit different. Oh, sorry, Varus is also available on top of the Kalista, so it puts him in to what Mark just said on the desk, one of those more skilly matchups, and Kalista Taric is a lane that has had a little bit more prevalence actually in the LCK, because you can still sometimes be strong in laning phase, but then have that stronger teamfight presence with the Taric ultimate.
Yep. We did see this as well in Academy just a night ago or so. Haliblade's Kalista, Haliblade's Azir in the mid lane as well. So we'll see if Team Liquid decides to pick that up for Jensen come time. Yumi's still getting hovered around. See if we have the cat scratch fever coming in here for 100 Thieves. It will be jumping around. They have a pretty slippery bot side of the map here for Cody's son.
Yeah, Ezreal Yuumi is generally the combo you pick with Yuumi because you can play the lane still fairly well despite Yuumi not being a strong early laner. And then what we're going to be looking for in Phase 2 of 100 Thieves composition is another really good Yuumi companion for teamfights. There's a chance they don't need it because they can just throw the Yuumi into Aatrox, and that's already kind of an insane combo in itself, but you are also leaving the door open for something like a Sylas or an Olaf to be in the rest of the composition.
I like that they're kind of leaving the junglers whatever they want here. It's like, yeah, you can ban each other out, but Meteos and Broxah are still going to be able to play something that matters. Yeah. So get these mids out, get the bottom lane out. As we were hearing the analyst desk talk about before, and what are the final bans here that Team Liquid feels are a priority. It is going to be starting at the jungle. There's an Olaf.
Yeah, just making sure that they don't get that Yuumi-Olaf synergy that we just talked about. Makes Olaf kind of a crazy late game carry. Still a lot of options open for 100 Thieves here, because they could do a little bit of a dive composition with just an Ezreal fending for himself, or they can think of more of a poke composition with a split pushing Aatrox. I would say that the split pushing Aatrox is a little bit difficult just because they're up against a set. But with the bans coming through as well, being Zoe, still not completely sure what Hunter Thieves is going for.
Maybe if that was a gangplank to split with for Ssumday. But yeah, it does seem like he can get into these fights this time with the Aatrox. And we heard Papa Smithy just chatting about how that kind of 6 aggression is trying to be manifested within what the team does on the Rift. We may be able to see that with their next pick, as you were saying. Dive could be a way to win. Final ban is Cassiopeia as they head over towards Ryoma in the mid. And we did see an AP Shyvana coming out in Academy. And I'm just saying.
It would be something. That's a very serious-looking Meteos face on the hover.
Yep.
As a not serious-looking face. And Broxah is up.
Go
as well as
figure.
yeah, he's already played it 5 times to a record of 3-2. So when 60% of your wins are with Broxah, and he's available in phase 2 of the draft to take it.
Yep. I actually saw Broxah making some big plays on the flank Gragas just yesterday, so he knows what he's up against here. But what does he want to play? Sejuani? Going back to the boar.
That is a brawly team if they throw in that Sejuani.
That is a very big team right now. What do they finalize it with? You have a lot of things getting pushed around, getting locked up. The Deer would actually look pretty sweet here.
I think Orianna would also just kind of just lead to their...
That's a hard team to Ori.
It's really hard to hit stuff with Orianna. Jensen is such a good Orianna, though.
They need some AP. They need some AP. Syndra. All right, there's the pick.
Syndra's actually probably better, especially as a blind mid laner that Jensen can use to try and beat literally anything Ryoma plays. A lot of times you actually see Syndra picked 4th pick on red side because it is so hard to counter pick, but yeah, I mean, even if Ryoma ends up playing a Victor into it, it's going to be a tough lane. Tristan is going to be the same way. Yeah, there we go. It's going to be a difficult lane for Ryoma, regardless.
We'll keep an eye on that. See the team now chatting away of who will be able to get the early game on this. But both are decently aggressive.
Yeah. Doesn't it seem like the champion portraits are also color-coded for the teams? Like
it
you
does.
have kind of like the red, orange Hunter Thieves team and like the blue, purple Team Liquid team.
They're facing off against each other too. Except for Set. He's like, I don't want to look at you someday.
Okay, yeah. He's more like just, I guess he is red. If he was red under Hunter Thieves, it would
I like it.
That's what my analysis has become after these drafts. I do like the team fighting that Team Liquid has put together, though, and I'm really interested to see if Tactical can have a good mid or late game impact on the Kalista. It is a pick that I think has been slept on a little bit.
Okay.
It has surprisingly high mid-game durability. It's one of the things that happened with one of the recent Kalista buffs. The health per level actually got put really, really high. So since she is a short-range marksman, especially with the Taric, you can kind of get in there a little bit more on Kalista in the mid-game.
Not worry about it. Jump around, get those dazzles in with the help of the Taric. I'm excited to see what happens this game. Most teams have 7 games left at 5-6 right now. Full wins would leave you at 12-6 for one of these teams. Yeah. Just imagine that. TL at 12-6. Cloud9 is at 11 wins right now. It has been a topsy-turvy season.
No one's catching Cloud9.
No way.
I'm going to say that right now. But Team Liquid is still hoping to put it together by the end of the split.
Absolutely.
It has been such a strange and difficult year for Team Liquid so far, not having Broxah until week 4, and then losing Double Lift in week 6 to an illness that's been more severe than anything he's had in his entire playing career. He said he's never missed a scrim week due to sickness until this week. So the team really just keeps getting dealt some bad hands, but can they overcome here and actually move their second half record to 3-0? Because so far they've beaten Dignitas and TSM during the start of the second round robin.
Well, it seems to be gelling for him already. Tactical is having a decent bot lane season in Academy, mostly on the Misfortune as we saw yesterday. Yeah. But to kind of now put that in with the synergy that wasn't working before and have it work, that means other teams don't exactly know what TL is going to be able to bring to the table. They're not watching Tactical's games all the times from the LCS, so he is able to bring a bit of diversity that has kind of added a fresh new life to the team, and it's helping out.
Yeah, it's allowing...
Along with Broxah, too.
Yeah, it's this weird thing where, at least watching TL yesterday, it allowed you to appreciate how good Impact, Broxah, Jensen,
sure.
and CoreJJ are, because they kind of clearly weren't trying to play this bot lane centric, this is the only way Team Liquid plays style. And they've kind of been saying this a little bit all year, even though their year has been so strange because of rosters of like, hey, ultimately, as we get a nice start.
Oh my God, Stunt's gonna go down. There's no way he lives there. Rend first. That means it's a reset. That's gonna be big damage on the Cody son. I don't think he has to use anything else. But instantly, Stunt goes down.
So, okay. Scrap what I was saying earlier. We can get to that later. That setup was them camping the brush. Hunter doesn't know if there is a pull or not.
Right.
And they kind of think they're safe, but as soon as Stunt pops out, that's your mistake. Because once you get CC'd, you can't pop back in. So it's the freest kill TL has ever had, because Stunt was like, basically Hunter Thieves thought, oh, they're doing a big time pull on red. Let's push the wave, therefore I need to auto attack on Yuumi.
Yep.
That's exactly what Tactical and CoreJJ were waiting for. And that is just such an incredible start for Tactical's Kalista.
There's so much damage too if you think about it. You have the Taric auto attacks coming in, after ability, after shock. A lot of stuff going down there. We've seen Guardian quite a bit lately, but that's gonna offer out some more damage to have that rune in lane. Ssumday starts to add his aggression towards top side, as we should see this fight go back and forth quite a bit.
Yeah, generally speaking, Set doesn't lose lane if you're playing him properly, which is why so many people are willing to first pick him on blue side. But the early wave is in favor of Ssumday, and I think that's just generally conservative play by Impact, because he knows where Broxah is, right? They're doing this counter jungle of the blue side thanks to how much dominance they got over that bot side with Tactical and CoreJJ at level 1.
Jensen making sure Ryoma is pushed in mid as well. Meteos still going to be off and doing what he can here. He did use Predators to get back out into lane and make sure he could get there quicker, as TL was in his jungle. So Brox is off and running with a very good start on 3 buff here now in the back pocket of Jensen, looking for something.
I mean, it's just such a good start for Team Liquid overall. We'll see how the rest of this game ends up playing out, but like Ssumday would be in danger of actually losing Summoner spells here if he doesn't run immediately back towards his Tri-Brush.
Yeah, force it out.
Yeah, and Ryoma ooms himself while they don't have river control, and the wave actually could have been frozen. Jensen's actually opting not to freeze because he's also going to want to get his early recall off.
Yep.
But basically, like, the overall state of the map is just really, really good for Team Liquid right now. So for all that Hunter Thieves has talked about yesterday about, hey, we had our like a great early game, I don't know if they're able to have a great early game after this start with the way these lanes are set up. Broxah controlling the one spot he needs to right now is Impact is trying to crash the wave.
Ooh, instant flash on the Arctic Assault. I like the timing on that wave as TL kind of pushes in Ssumday. Ssumday feels comfortable just outside the turret, and they use that. Maybe a rinse and repeat after that flash goes down. And already Impact has quite a bit of aggression on that wave, and he's going to push into the turret. He may just get a free back on this as well.
Oh, man. He's then trying to scout out Meteos because he knows he's generally strong enough.
Wow, even better.
Yeah. He knows exactly where Meteos is. Woo, boy.
So now it's up to 100 Thieves to find themselves in the shadows already. Meteos trying to sweep out some wards. If they can create that fog of war, maybe they can start getting a few ganks back and stop this tempo of the game. Tactical and Cody's son in a 1v1, more like a 2v1 as Stunt hops off there.
Yeah, it's not really about aggression from 100 Thieves right now as much as it is about loss minimization, since they lost that kill early on and Broxah was able to get double scuttle crabs. With Tactical low though, this is the window where they're able to get something back maybe.
They're feeling like the prey here on this Predator.
Okay.
Nice little dodge out. A good trade in damage. It gives them a little bit of aggression on the lane. It is a tandem wave, so they may be able to play it with some mystic shots and prowling projectiles, but low mana there for Cody's son, and Stunt was really just kind of a breath of relief for Meteos, but they're instantly pushed back.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to gank for a Yuumi Ezreal lane. I think we saw that now. Oh, okay. Yep.
Oh! Jumps off, hops on.
Like, what is Yuumi Ezreal really going to do for gank assist? Versus the Kalista Taric, who have stuns and slows. A little bit dangerous here. Meteos is there to cover.
Oh, he just showed
They might consider.
He just used his arcane shift, has it up once again. They're gonna have to follow through. Damage! Broxah comes up as he pushes 3 off the turret with the help of Liquid's bot lane.
Well, TL was definitely ready to play against Yumi. I think we can say that. Very willing to play bot side, even though Doublelift isn't there. They're just doing it with Tactical and CoreJJ. That was a situation where like maybe 100 Thieves would have had a better chance if all 3 people just stuck under turret, but they kind of knew that they were in kill range regardless, and they kind of just got the worst of both worlds, letting themselves get caught in between the turrets.
It's interesting to see, Jat. You say that Ezreal and Yumi is a hard lane to gank for. It also should be a hard lane to gank.
Yes.
But it seems like TL, with the first brush whack they had on the bot side, and then just able to follow up there behind the turret, 100 Thieves cannot seem to find safety in a lane that should be very slippery.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of want to say that it's just because of what happened to level 1, right? Like, Stunt died, Tactical got an early item lead, and from there, they're always kind of on the back foot. Like, maybe Cody, Sun, and Stunt are actually just playing too aggressive, and that made them trade too much so that they were more gankable. But overall, like, what a great early game for TL. They had the similar type of early game yesterday against TSM, where they kind of started running away with it.
Oh, CoreJJ already able to roam in and out a bit. Even in a minion wave, all of those casters, it doesn't even matter. They'll go for the fight. The shield and the heal from CoreJJ's Taric is just able to kind of rebuttal everything coming at him.
Strangely enough, Riv, CoreJJ actually duos a decent amount with Tactical. I watch CoreJJ stream sometime, and sometimes when he's duoed, he is playing with Tactical. So they have a little bit of inbuilt synergy already, just from being kind of on the same org and playing together a little bit. And I think we're seeing a little bit of it here.
I wonder if watching CoreJJ support videos is kind of a prerequisite to solo queue with him.
Yes, it'd be like, set up the triangle, please.
Make sure all of this happens. They're apart, engage.
Yeah. If people haven't seen them as well, CoreJJ actually made some really good, detailed how-to support guides on his YouTube. You can just search like CoreJJ support guide. Episode 1 is my favorite one of the series, but he has, I think, 4 of them at this point. So check them out at some point after this game if you want to see some of the stuff CoreJJ does as support.
It's really great. All little simple things, but you add them together and it really advances your game.
Yeah.
A little bit of love for Meteos here, expecting Ssumday to receive a gank from Broxah, but he's happily farming Meteos in spot jungle right now, as they kind of just have the eye on where 100 Thieves has been a bit ever since Meteos was on that top side of the jungle, timing his camps since then. And no real pressure here on Jensen. Ryoma's been pushed back quite a bit.
This is actually really interesting, though, where 100 Thieves is trying to do the Rift Herald without the bot lane swapping and without mid lane or bot lane having priority. So it's like they're trying a Rift Herald sneak. The instant someone goes to check, he has to pull off of it, and it ends up being a bit of a waste of time. And that's exactly what happened. Like, Broxah and Jensen moved over from mid lane, and now he's pushed off.
Quickly goes up. Like, Herald icon is still there, but it's not in the pit. Question mark. Still gets Scuttle as well. He has had full control over these Scuttle pads in the river as the team moves back and forth, helping CoreJJ on the bot side as well. Teleports coming up in mid. Looks like Ryoma will time that with a back. Just taking stock of the CS. About a 20 CS lead in that bot lane. A few waves, or a wave, I should say, in mid. And top is pretty controlled altogether.
Yep. And right now, so this will be a little curious. Normally the play is that the bot lane recalls and then runs up towards Rift Herald for a potential fight. But there is such a small amount of pressure that the Rift Herald isn't going to get contested. And actually, they can just run straight back towards the bottom lane as the Rift Herald gets soloed. So absolutely no pressure lost whatsoever for this Herald secure by TL.
Feels nice to keep that on the map, especially for bot side. If you're a marksman, you can just go back to farming and know you already have advantage in that lane. You don't have to leave to fight the river.
Yeah.
Nice pace. You don't have to do anything too scary. Impact staying at this mark pretty much the whole time in the lane. We did see just a moment ago Meteos pushed up with Ssumday, but Impact has had pretty much all the control. Quick Bramble Vest to start for him. We'll see if that pays off in this first fight. Shield comes through. Oh. We actually saw that happening. We're going to see Ssumday now get hit up with the ultimate, but teleport comes in from Ryoma.
Yeah, that'll hurt Ryoma's positioning on the wave. Overall, good gank by Broxah. Doesn't have to use ultimate. Gets it with basically just his basic abilities. it almost feels like the win condition for 100 Thieves here, like in the past. Like the last time TL played 100 Thieves, it was Ssumday solo killing Impact 3 times and going 7-0 on Aatrox that allowed them to get the win. That was an Impact was on gameplay. Very early on, switched off here. CoreJJ though in River means Tactical gets jumped on.
Oh my god.
He just starts 1v2ing.
Ate the final chapter. Oh, can they sign off on this one? CoreJJ just a little short there. And they are going to be able to get out flashes and exhaust used from Cody, Sun, and Stunt, and the ultimates on both of them. Tactical stands tall.
Well, this is a bot lane slaughter, and this means that Broxah doesn't actually need to use Rift Herald to break the first turret. So TL's probably looking at like a 10 or 12 plate early game.
Yeah.
Because now with still 2 minutes left on the Rift Herald, Broxah's going to be able to use that drop in mid or top lane after the bot lane rotates, and they can just 4-man another turret.
They look so comfortable right now, just kind of going through the motions on the side of TL. That'll be a Cloud. Mountain is next, so we have Infernal or Ocean to change our Rift. Coming up for our Soul Drake. Meteos trying to get a little counter jungling back in there as they're falling behind quite a bit, but we haven't seen the 5v5s yet. So far, I think they're going to go in TL's favor, but there could be a change. There are some WoW and Impact ults here on the side of 100 Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, maybe once Cody Sun gets to 2 items and the Yuumi has a Thieves and another healing amp item, would 100 Thieves be able to think about winning? But like for now,
A lot of ifs.
It's just, they are so far behind in all semblance of map pressure and gold and objectives. And it looks like Rift is going to be used top. They can probably just break this whole turret. Like, looking at the way the map is right now, Riv, even though there's 5 plates here, they're going to be able to hit that turret down up top to 3 plates before dropping the Rift Herald and probably get 2 full turret takes beforehand. So watch what they do here, where they'll just, you know, auto it down until it's at about 2.5 plates and then drop the Rift.
CoreJJ being the one-man army in the river.
Okay.
We're just getting a little extra gold here.
You're supposed to drop the Rift.
Yeah, they're doing a bit of back and forth, but it looks like they should have one objective in this instance. Now everybody coming through the jungle as the map pressure's lost a bit, but the fight may go down for mid instead.
Okay.
Cody Sun's coming back over as well.
So they'll get max plates, but not max turrets here. They're going to try and take this one. They have about 10 seconds for the charge. I guess this works too.
So we got about 1 plate left. Check cash in on that as Tactical's able to get the last auto attacks in. Meteos possibly looking for a cast, but already used as you see it's on cooldown. And it looks like the big 3 ultimates they would be using are on CD here. But doesn't mean TL stops. There's our up.
Yeah. I mean, Riv, maybe the best early game of the split by TL. It was started off with, obviously, such an incredible level 1 move that gave the bot lane a big advantage, and then Jensen ain't losing that lane to Ryoma, and they have the set in top lane, so it's like, all right, we got 3 winning lanes. We arguably have, like, the Impact Jensen. This is what we thought of Team Liquid before the year. Oh yeah, every lane is just a winning lane, so Broxah will be able to go wherever he wants. Broxah hasn't accrued a large CS or level advantage over Meteos, but he's secured every objective, every scuttle crab, made the lanes effectively ungankable, and now they're up 4.5K.
It's about sending the message.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I will be here.
Yeah, look at that. Up and to the right
for
Team Liquid this game. And that is a hard hill for 100 Thieves to climb at this point. They are down about 5,000 gold as the mid lane looks to be tagged down one more time. Wave getting pushed in by Jensen. True Shot Barrage doing what it can, but it's not going to be enough. The outer turrets are falling right now. Ryoma pushes top. Doesn't look like they'll get engaged on by the side of 100 Thieves, though. Clean and quick to each lane they go. Top lane's the only one left standing. Looks like Tactical and CoreJJ will back, and we'll see them heading towards top side.
This is the textbook win game.
If this works out the way they do it, and they do just go top turret, down to Mountain Drake. It's kind of no wasting time between that, because it could be about 2 minutes.
Absolutely. It's pretty straightforward in terms of the way they want to play the rest of this game out. We have 5,000 gold, and I know there's going to be all these discussions online now about TL and Doublelift, and I just can't wait to read them. And I think there are some compounding factors to go with this, where, like, if the team has a wake-up call, that's more than just Doublelift, and, like, there were definitely moments while TL was struggling where Impact was having some bad games. I mean, it was Impact who got solo killed by Ssumday during their last defeat.
Right, in the previous fight.
Having the jungler there to run the rest of the map, though, like, this is really, I think, the first time Broxah looks more comfortable with the team. But TL just does look like TL again.
Right.
In a weird way, like they're doing it without double lift, so I do wonder if it's going to have, they're going to say it doesn't publicly, I do wonder if this will have any effect on like the TL double lift dynamic, right? Like,
right.
Look, we can be very successful.
This isn't a use or not use double lift. It's just playing around that situation.
Yeah, the good teamwork, you're still going to be happy to have double lift back at a high level because we know he's going to be the best player, but this is kind of proof that, hey, this is a good team.
Oh my word, Meteos almost having a meteoric downfall on that one.
What? Yeah.
He gets out with the help of Yuumi as well. Ssumday's going to be retreating, but he is also running to goal side of TL, so he needs to get himself out real quick. And it looks like they are now down after taking top turret. TL's ready for Mountain Drake.
You gotta bring the house if you're gonna gank set. They brought a jungle Gragas with the Yuumi and a fairly weak top lane Aatrox out against the full. There's no way that was gonna work.
I have a buddy who plays set, and he always takes fights with like 300 health. I'm like, no. He's like, this is exactly where I want it. Don't worry. Comes up with a kill every time, just like Liquid there in the mid lane. They take down Cody's son, cleansing all.
Well, at least Ryoma got the turret. No perfect game today, Riv.
Coming back.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit of gold in their pocket. Gonna help finish some items.
This turret's dead as well.
Charge! Shelly is in. We can see the level difference across the map on the left side of your screen as a few more hits come in. CoreJJ leading the charge with Broxah. Arctic assaulting just behind him. They have a big composition. They can kind of just taunt the engage and then take it if they want a final chapter across 3, but it's not going to matter. The damage has been delivered by Liquid once again as they are just taking down every member of 100 Thieves that tries to get in their way.
They're making it look easy. 4 kills to 0, 8.5 minutes. And look at this gold lead. Like, oh, bye.
It never ends. He just came back, though.
Yeah. Still doesn't have cleanse.
That hurts. Thinking you could get out. See, Liquid's winning all these fights without having to use their ultimate, so you go in thinking you might have a slight edge, but it is not. You are pushed back off the edge, and Liquid takes your gold. Taking all the lunch money. 5-0 right now, coming up on 20 minutes, and we're waiting for Baron as Infernal has already changed the rift.
This is the nightmare game for Cody's son's Ezreal. It's like, all right, I'm going to be safe. I got a Yuumi who will bring my heal and exhaust. I get to bring cleanse. I'm Ezreal. Things will be fine.
Oh, by the way, can you grab a Mikhail's Crucible for me?
Yeah,
that
please.
will help. So
I'll need that.
Some he'll grab anyways. Yuumi grabs that up. A little more safety, and you know, the difference.
1,000 gold more for tactical. That's bot diff.
It is bot diff.
This game.
The bounties sit at 650 gold to be rigged up here over on the side of 100 Thieves. Where's the fight that they find though? Everything is just being sieged on so quickly. TL is choosing when to pull the trigger. Moving in a little bit with their wards here, CoreJJ and Broxah. As a team, these guys can't be taken down.
No, they're so strong right now. And you can see CoreJJ, look at this. He's got the Shirelli.
I was just going to point that out.
I mean, it does have good heal shield amp, and he's got to zoom around with it.
TP in, here comes Azir. Could shove back with Emperor's Divide or get into shove to the turret as Meteos' stopwatch keeps him alive to fight another day. Got to rotate everywhere, though. There's quite a few things to think about. Minions going towards the mid lane. Ssumday does have teleport, but he can't get over that quick when the power is unleashed by Jensen.
Run! You can't do that kind of stuff. I mean, Meteos actually can't do anything this game. So every time he tries to do something, he just gets reminded that he can't do anything with the way TL will kind of set up the map.
They're never in one spot long enough for this Azir to get his damage down as well. Still a great pick right now, but TL's moving so quick and moving through the members of 100 Thieves so fast. They're never in one spot. Here, the do-si-do here on the bottom lane. Showstopper. Oh, he's bringing time for Jensen over. Ssumday does have the World Ender on, but not going to get too much healing coming through. Misses the Haymaker, and he does not get the Super Soaker.
Okay, nice job by Impact. Ult for ult there, able to disengage and actually still be the person at higher health. small victories, silver linings.
Smite it away.
Meteos can smite. Okay. 2 small victories in a row.
We're getting there. 1 minute on to the Infernal. We're still waiting for some build up here onto the items. 380 on the man immune of Cody Sun out of 750 right now. So lacking quite a bit of power, and the spike will not be there for a while.
Poor Stunt this game. He only has generated 758 of his 1,000 quest gold 21 minutes in. He may never get to his final Sightstone upgrade because no one on the team can get close enough for Yuumi to harass for the gold.
Get to the turrets. Tag the turrets. Anything you can get. 30 seconds on to Drake. TL now starts to move their team towards bot side after they have a pretty timely back that will get them all there 10 seconds ahead of time to place the vision. All of 100 Thieves are working on the top side of the map. You can see TL moving so quick. Wards are moved. They're in position. And Ssumday gonna have to umbral dash over the wall to get himself to safety here. Oh, they both dash over the wall. Man. Beautifully done by Tactical and CoreJJ in the combo. This just looks great from TL.
You know what's really cool about Tactical's performance so far? We'll get to that depending on if Meteos decides to fight something. Is like, you look at him in Academy, and you look at his first game in the LCS, and you say, hey, this guy might, like, is he an MF1 trick? Like, is he just getting away with MF?
Right. I mean, it's his best played in Academy, so.
Yeah, and then you look at what TL actually did this game. They banned 380 carries. They said, let's attack Cody Sun's champion pool.
Yeah.
They kill Cody Sun after they push him to Ezreal. They have the Kalista Taric, and they just run the game with it. They killed him at level 1. Tactical has 11,500 gold 23 minutes into the game. The team has definitely supported him. TL is good at supporting their 80 carries, by the way. But a lot of this has just been Tactical and Core.
Okay, Cosmic Radiance coming down. Final chapter's out. It's going to save him, though. There's the Defy damage from the Taric ultimate, and they're still going to be alive. This could be the point where they get broken apart, though. Broxah is still going in, even with those ults going down, and they have to worry about Meteos cast. Impacts on the top side of the map, and no teleport up. That's what they're probably talking about now as they retreat. And getting a little scary there as Tactical feels like he's a little invincible.
Yeah, definitely one of those things where TL knows they're up by so much, so they don't respect the rules of number advantage. Impact was way off in the top lane, helping to shove that wave in, but no harm, no foul. Like, they just traded some ultimates, and now they go back for Drake 3.
Doesn't seem like the stage will affect a guy like Tactical. Comes in, you're not seeing any early rends. All the resets are happening. He's getting the kills. Even with the kill onto Ssumday, he didn't have to rend over the wall. They knew the positioning they could get. He's playing it pretty flawlessly right now on 3 items and a 4-0-1 Kalista.
Yeah, let's give credit where credit's due. I mean, if this is Doublelift playing Kalista and he's at 12,000 gold, 5,000 up against Cody Sun, everyone's like, damn, Doublelift, bot difference, look at this. And like, yeah, sure, the team played around him. It's fine, but like Tactical, he is the one pressing the buttons and doing the kitings. So
pretty damn good present.
Overall, this great team win so far by TL, and especially considering the circumstances of playing with Tactical for the first time on stage and looking to close out like a very convincing 2-0 week. I mean, TL has died 1 time this week. As of now, TSM had 1 kill.
Oh my word.
100 Thieves had 0.
So true. And they just avoided what could have been the first one there on the bot side. So far, TL with those victories on the second half of the split from the second day of week 5 onto the first day of week 6. But the same for 100 Thieves, though, who will pick up this win. It looks very much so to be in favor of TL if there was any question. Another kill onto Meteos, and that will drop what would be a 50-50 Baron. And now TL singing a lot of praises around the map. Everybody's been doing a big part in this victory so far as they are 8-0. And this Baron should help put the final touches on the base of 100 Thieves.
Yep, slow and steady by TL. It's not like they've rushed to Dragon Soul. They've allowed those Drakes to sit up for a little bit. They're not rushing to Baron or turret dives, but this is secured. And this is kind of like the other side of scaling if we look at just the way the drafts ended up playing out. TL did draft basically 3 lanes that can and should win. and then the 3 lanes did win. It allowed them to totally run the map early. It made it so Meteos didn't have any places where he could safely gank because every lane would be at a disadvantage. So if they get vision on him and Broxah is there, it means ganking would actually just kill Meteos. So because of the way Team Liquid played, I do think there was very little for 100 Thieves to do.
Does he kill it with Force of Will? Oh my god.
Clean.
Force of Will take, scatter the weak kill, and Jensen's out with the blue buff. They have had Meteos' number, his buff timers, even Impact, seeing him in the jungle on an early push around level 3 or 4, has just let them know where Meteos has been the entire game, and he has not been able to Predator in from any fog of war. Again, pushing in from both the left and the right side. TL move up into 100 Thieves base once again. It seems like Tactical is up there by himself. He is. So they're getting the 1-3-1 up.
Yeah, I mean, Tactical has double lifesteal items.
Yeah, and he can pretty much jump and just rend anybody if he is in trouble. Fight over to Impact, has a pretty good shield of grit built up, doesn't use it just yet, gets away before he does actually have to use it, and he'll use it at half grit. Cask away, they get the teleport out of Ryoma, and they're starting to pull a few resources from 100 Thieves. Yeah. They are desperate to find a kill as their inhibitor turrets start to fall. Top lane Tactical still with his eyes poised on the structures, and he will continue onto the inhibitors with his team.
Yeah, he really is a weak side top laner. Even when he's in bot lane 27 minutes into the game, he's like, yeah, I'll just take the 4-man gank, not die. You guys can use all the time just for you. Totally fine. Oh, by the way, I'm back, full health. So.
Yeah. Taking the inhibitors down. TL's feeling very good about this match, but going all the way around the horn and cleaning their plate as Impact brings in the last inhibitor turret wave that would take 100 Thieves base down here. Ssumday going in a bit with one Darkened Blade, but he's not going to connect anything on that Q. Cody Sun forward. Even his Q proc damage with a W onto Impact isn't that scary, and Impact's going to be able to stand there and just help Broxah. As Ryoma and the rest of the team stand 3 as a crowd, Ssumday trying to defend Nexus turrets. There's so much on the plate of 100 Thieves to think about.
Yeah, I mean, what? TL is winning. They don't need to rush. They're probably going to get the third inhib. They could just peel back for Infernal Soul as well.
If they do something super crazy, then you have to just point at the Cloud9 right now. So they're going to come back and win. But you're going for broke before you need to, and it doesn't look like they will even just hesitate towards that type of movement. One Nexus turret going down, just sub 30 minutes. It looks like both are down with the Nexus wide open. Team Liquid looking to pick up a win to bring them to 6-6. Ryoma moving forward. Cosmic Radiance is down. Ryoma goes down before the Emperor can divide, and 100 Thieves will start to get pulled apart as Liquid takes the victory.
Damn.
Indeed.
Liquid looked good again. This week, Riv.
2 days in a row.
Against TSM and 100 Thieves. 2 teams that, when you sum their records together, are 500 teams. It's middle of the pack LCS so far. And TL was 10 kills, 1 death yesterday. 9 kills, 0 deaths today. One of the most dominant kill versus death weeks I feel like we almost have ever had. Like, it's very rare that you throw like a no-hitter and a one-hitter in like back-to-back games.
Yeah.
But that's effectively what TL just did.